Okay, let's go through the championship round of my 2000s Diamond Gems Stratomatic tournament that I played. National League champion 2002 San Francisco Giants, and they are taking on the 2009 New York Yankees. First two games will be played in New York. Now, I do give the teams 2 days off at the end of the um, league championship round. So the San Francisco Giants did go 7 games to beat the 2008 Philadelphia Phillies, but after Game 7, they got 2 full days off. Yankees come into this tournament with 3 full days off. So basically, both teams' rotations are pretty much reset. Although I did make a little bit of a tweak to the Giants rotation, which I will speak on a little later. But nonetheless, game number one, we have Ortiz going up against CC Sabathia. And you could see the 0-2 Giants win this one by a score of 15-8. Balls were just flying out of Yankee Stadium in this game, and you see Benito Santiago goes 3 for 5 with 3 home runs, 6 RBIs, and 3 runs scored. I could tell you the Santiago home runs. Two of them were ballpark effect home runs on his card, and the other one was a clean home run on his card. And this was just one of those games where it would not have mattered if I pitched Sabathia and Ortiz, or if I had replaced them with, 1985 Dwight Gooden or 1968 Bob Gibson. This was just one of those games where I was just pounding hitters cards all game long. Uh, you can see the '09 Yankees kept trying to get back into the game as they scored in every inning. Up until the eighth inning. And then when the Giants scored the 4 runs in the top half of the eighth inning, that's when I was like, okay, this one's done. I'm not going to stretch Aceves out for a second inning with the '09 Yankees down 7 runs. So the '02 Giants take game number one by a score of 15-8. In game number two, we have Kirk Ruder going for the Giants and AJ Burnett going for the '09 Yankees. And I decided to go with Ruder in game two for this game just because I was trying to keep Schmidt out of pitching in Yankee Stadium as much as I could because he does have some ballpark effect home runs on his card, and I felt like that might be a little bit of a risky proposition there. So I decided to throw Reuter out there for game two. And the '09 Yankees win this one by a score of 6-3. You can see AJ Burnett didn't last very long as he only goes an inning and a third. And I was able to piecemeal the rest of the game from there with the Yankee bullpen. AJ Burnett allowed 8 base runners in 1 and a third innings of work. And credit to the Yankee bullpen, they were able to shut the Giants down from there, even though, as you look at the play by play there, the Giants had plenty of opportunities throughout the game to either extend the lead or take the lead in the later innings. Specifically, when you look at that top half of the seventh inning, if I go down the play by play, Kenny Lofton leads off with a single, then Aurelia gets a double. And then after Jeff Kent made an out, you intentionally walked Barry Bonds, and Sanders and Snow made out. So that's just another example of where, and I hit on this in my American League video, talking about the championship round, which was the '09 Yankees and the '02 California Angels. When you're playing the 2009 Yankees, you really can't let scoring opportunities fall to the wayside because, and I've said it before, because the '09 Yankees can just go off at any time. And you saw that in the bottom half of the eighth inning where the Yankees were able to get the 3 runs to take the lead. So the '09 Yankees get game number two by a score of 6-3. Middle three games will be played in San Francisco. We have Pettit going up against Schmidt, and the '02 Giants win this one by a score of 4-3. The Giants took the lead in the bottom half of the eighth inning. Barry Bonds led off with a walk, and then after Santiago struck out, Reggie Sanders hits a double, and there were no asterisks on that double. So for a second there, I wasn't sure if I wanted to bring Bonds home in that scenario, but I was just like, just go for it. So Barry Bonds scores. So good thing for the Giants. So they win game number three, 4-3. That run in the bottom half of the eighth inning was scored off of Phil Hughes, so he took the loss. He only allowed one run in 3 innings of work, but he still gets the loss. And you could see another nice outing by the Giants bullpen as Rodriguez, Worrell, and Nen are able to combine to throw three scoreless innings. So the 2002 Giants have a 2-1 lead as we move on to game four, which means in game number four, I really have no other choice for the '09 Yankees other than to bring back CC Sabathia on 3 days rest, and he's going up against Levon Hernandez for the '02 Giants. And Levon Hernandez gave the Giants exactly what I was looking for from their standpoint. He only allowed one run in 5 innings of work, but you can see CC Sabathia was just awesome in this game. He got out of a bases loaded 2-out jam in the bottom half of the first inning, and that was literally it for the 2002 Giants offense. It was just a game where Sabathia just totally dominated. He was pitching on 3 days rest, so he was in his point of weakness. But I just kind of said to myself, okay, until I start rolling some of those black dots on the card, which signify point of weakness hit, I'm just going to leave him in there. And Sabathia was able to carry the ball to Mariano Rivera, and so the '09 Yankees are able to tie the series up at 2 games apiece. So we move on to game number five now, and we have AJ Burnett pitching on 3 days rest for the '09 Yankees, and he's going up against the Giants game one starter, Russ Ortiz. And you can see the '09 Yankees win this one by a score of 5-4. They got a 1-out, 2-run home run um, by Brett Gardner off of Rob Nen. That was a clean home run on Brett Gardner's card, and you see that right there. And this is what I'm always talking about. And again, I'm going to repeat myself. You can't let scoring opportunities get away when you play the '09 Yankees, because when you see the full play-by-play, you see that I made a note that the '02 Giants left 13 guys on base in the game 3 times with the bases loaded. They left the bases loaded 3 times in this game. And again, going back to my point of where the '09 Yankees can just go off at any point, think of all the thousands of Stratomatic cards we've all held in our hands. How many guys who hit eighth or ninth in the lineup do you remember having a pretty much a clean home run on a common roll like 2-9 like Brett Gardner does? So that's just a little example of just how the Yankees can just really pop one out at any time. Um, Again, a terrific performance by the Yankee bullpen. Once again, AJ Burnett didn't last very long, and you could see Bruni, Robertson, Aceves, and Hughes all combined to um, carry the Yankees pitching through the game. So the Yankees win game number five by a score of 5-4, which means as we go into game number six, the Yankees have a 3-2 series lead. In game number six, we have Kurt Reuter going up against Andy Pettit. And you can see the '02 Giants really were able to hit around Andy Pettit pretty good in this game. You had a 2 RBI double by Barry Bonds in the top half of the third inning. That was immediately followed up by yet another Benito Santiago home run to make the game 6-0. And really, the '09 Yankees really never really made a dent on Reuter in this game. They were never really able to really mount any rallies. They did get a run in the bottom half of the third with a Jeter RBI single, and they put 2 guys on in the bottom half of the fifth inning. But this really wasn't much of a game. I guess the good news for the '09 Yankees, coming out of game number six, was that they really didn't really tax their bullpen, any of their high leverage guys in the game. I just threw Chamberlain out there to try to eat up innings in a game where it was looking like there was really not much of a chance. Reuter just totally dominated the Yankees as he only allows 4 base runners in 7 innings of work. So that means my championship round of my 2000 Diamond Gems tournament is going to a game number 7 where we will have Schmidt going up against Sabathia. And in game number 7, you could see the 2009 Yankees win this one by a score of 2-1 in 10 innings. Um, it was a 2 out solo home run by Robinson Cano off of Rob Nen to win it for the '09 Yankees. Again, an outstanding performance by Sabathia as he goes 7 innings, only allowing 1 run. Um, Schmidt was really good in the game as well. He only allowed 1 run in 7 innings of work. The only thing that I was kind of, not sure about doing in this game from a managerial standpoint, um, in that top half of the 10th inning with Alfredo Aceves on the mound, and the reason why Aceves was on the mound in that 10th inning was that I'd already used Mariano Rivera in the 8th and 9th inning of this game. So Aceves is in the game and he gives up a leadoff single to JT Snow. And then I pinch hit Kenny Lofton for Shinjo. Um, and I felt like the move to make there was to just bunt the runner over and try to get a hit with Bell or Aurelia because obviously I'm going to pitch those guys. I'm going to try to get them out because I don't want the inning extended to Kent and Bonds. Um, so on the one hand, I was thinking about bunting, which I obviously did. I was also thinking about letting Lofton swing away, you know. So I was kind of back and forth on that, but I decided to play it safe and just move the runner over. Bell and Aurelia couldn't get the guys in, but really the big story of the game, and let me show you my marked up version of the play by play here. You're going to see some plays highlighted in red here. Barry Bonds in the bottom half of the first inning, and then Jeff Kent in the top half of the third inning, and then Barry Bonds again in the top half of the sixth inning. Those were all ballpark effect home runs where the ball did not go out in Yankee Stadium, which is pretty rare. Again, it's a home run 1-15 for lefties and righties for 2009 Yankee Stadium. You could see I also circled one for Alex Rodriguez. He had a ballpark effect home run that just came up as a fly ball out. It was just one of those weird things that happens sometimes when you play Stratomatic. Um, and it's just really bad luck on the part of the 2002 San Francisco Giants. I mean, what are the odds that you're going to have, just speaking of the 2002 Giants, that you're going to have 3 ballpark effect home runs in Yankee Stadium not go out in the same game? To me, that was just absolutely, if I was sitting down playing this series like one on one with someone and I was the 2002 San Francisco Giants, frankly, I'd have been so peed off losing this game and this series because really, I feel like this is one of those series where if it was a best of 9, it would have been 5-4. If it was best 11, it would have gone 6-5. So on and so forth. This is just two really really evenly matched teams. Um, just a terrific way to wrap up my 2000s Diamond Gems tournament. And I really come out of this saying to myself that there really isn't one team that is head and shoulders above anyone else um, in this set when you're talking about really the top teams. I mean, the 2009 Yankees win it, but keep in mind, if you remember in my American League video, um, they were down 2 games to 1 to the 2002 Angels in the American League championship round. The San Francisco Giants, it took them 7 games to beat the 2008 Philadelphia Phillies in the National League championship round. And as far as the '02 San Francisco Giants are concerned, you look back at game number 5, where Brett Gardner hits the 2-run home run off of Rob Nen. And then you look at game number 7, and you just get bad luck where you have 3 ballpark effect home runs not go out in Yankee Stadium. So really just a really awesome series between the '02 Giants and the '09 Yankees. Um, you see the runs scored in the series. The Giants outscored the Yankees over the course of the 7 games, and you got to keep in mind the Giants did score 15 runs in game number one. Um, and in my next note, and I brought this up when I was talking about the San Francisco Giants in my National League Tournament video. One of the reasons why I really like the 2002 Giants starting rotation is because they don't, even though they don't really have that one stud ace starting pitcher, they do have three really good starting pitchers in their rotation, and you can even stretch that out to four. I do like Levon Hernandez as a number four starter. Um, and speaking of Ortiz, Reuter, and Schmidt, let me just show you what they did in games five, six, and seven of this series. You can see they all went 7 innings, and Reuter and Schmidt in game six and seven in Yankee Stadium, mind you, only allowed 1 run. So just awesome pitching on the part of the '02 San Francisco Giants. One other note that I want to make on this series, and I've spoken on this before in my American League Tournament video, and in my 2009 New York Yankees team analysis. The 2009 Yankees really have a terrific bullpen. They really do, and um, it's really more like a bullpen that you would see in like 1970s Stratomatic, 1980s Stratomatic, because you have guys like Phil Hughes and Alfredo Aceves who both have really nice cards who also can go a long way out of the bullpen. They're both 3 inning relievers, and that's not really the norm nowadays in Stratomatic, dealing with the modern day game. And I just want to take you through what the bullpens did in a few of these games, specifically games two, five, and seven. You could see in game number two, they threw 7 2/3 scoreless innings. In game five, 6 1/3. And then in game number seven, they throw 3 scoreless innings. So in those 3 wins, games two, five, and seven, the '09 Yankees bullpen covered 17 innings, 17 scoreless innings. That's just outstanding performance by the 2009 Yankees bullpen. So those are my results from my 2000s Diamond Gems tournament. The 2009 American League champion New York Yankees defeat the 2002 National League champions San Francisco Giants in 7 games. Once again, I thank you all for watching. It is greatly appreciated, and I will talk to you all down the road.